morning, Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Kakegurui chapter 80.5. So, last chapter, in the form of a tree of life metaphor, we learned how big of a burden that that Toranto is carrying, and how big of a role she is for the Totobami family. And I'm not gonna lie, I never thought we would see a tree of life metaphor up in here. Seriously, I never thought that was gonna happen up in here. But something I was thinking about prior to recording this live reaction is how is the metaphors that we've been seeing up until now for the family. They've all been like at the start like very light, and then like by the end of it they've been like in tone, I mean, they've been very dark, and we've seen that, but up until now. But with Toranto in particular, it's more ethereal than the others, which I find very fascinating, and it's got to obviously signify the much larger role, the much larger burden that she has compared to the rest of the family, and I really like that. That's what Hamura and Toru have done here, but that's just what I'm getting anyway. I'm really curious if you guys see it as well. Anyway, the other thing I gotta point out from last chapter is that you NPCs are so stupid. You are, like, why have you guys not ever heard of a poker face? Maybe that's why you dumbasses are NPCs. And let's be real, NPCs are like this in real life too, so I'll give Hamura and Toru credit for that as well. The other thing I gotta mention too, and I think I've mentioned it in previous videos, is if you like reading Kakegurui manga, please go read Tomodachi Game manga as well. Tomodachi Game is so good, and it has like this Kakegurui-esque-ness going on in it. It's like a Kakegurui meets Darwin's Game manga, but it's more fucked up. I swear the shit that's going on in Tomodachi Game is just on a whole nother level of fucked up. It really is. Anyway, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. Turn 4. God damn it! Now what? What can I even do? I can't trust in Totobami any longer. I'm wholly isolated. At this rate, I can't carry out my orders. I'm dead! The fight is on. Your scores are... oh god. And this chapter, is titled Happy Girl Part 2. There we go. And there it is. There's the 12. 12, the best score! There is a god! Unless someone donates to her, I win! And even if they do, I still have an excellent chance. Now is the time I'll defeat Yumiko Jabami and fulfill my orders! Wait, turn 4 begins now! Whoa, this looks fun! We have a fight! Kichioka versus Toranto Totobami! Huh? What? Aren't they on the same team? Did you forget? I'm not here only to beat Yumiko Jabami. You'll do just fine too, Toranto Totobami. You constantly look down at us house pets using us like pods. I bet that felt real great, huh? Toranto didn't do that? Alright, let's get this over with. 12 versus 13. Toranto Totobami wins. Huh? 13? Did that girl donate to her? Right when I went gunning for her? And now she's exactly 1 point above me? Cheating! Oh, God. This is so... this is how an NPC would act! I'm not gonna lie. This is totally how an NPC acts. Holy shit. That's crazy, isn't it? 13? Precisely 1 point above the max. That's too convenient a donation. They're cheating. They have to be. If I may, you can actually score 13 points every time. Fascination Hall is made up of 12 connected pentagonal rooms. Doesn't its shape look familiar to you? That's right. It's a flattened view of a 12-sided die. The points you get each turn from 1 to 12 correspond to each side of the die. In other words, it's the results of a die roll. Yeah, but so what? failing on turn 1, but turn 2 settled it. On a regular die, add up 2 opposite sides, and you always get 7. Apply that rule to a 12-sided die, and the number you get is always 13. But, so if 2 people are positioned on opposite sides of the die, they're guaranteed to combine for a score of they're guaranteed to combine for a score of 13. Totobami, did you know that? If you did, why didn't you tell me? Because in your position as NPCs, you have to continually attack. The Always 13 strategy is for the receiver of the donation, the defending player. If you knew that, you'd all collude and defend yourselves. That goes against the conditions you needed to fulfill as NPCs. Thus, we should never give you that information. I decided that would be the best thing for your sakes. Dude, oh my god! The timing of this chapter. Oh god, because just think about it. This is like typical elitist shit. Because, and yeah, I know, it's written in the NPC shit, but just think about it. Because elitists are like, you little people don't need to know that. Nah. You little people don't need to know those kind of things. But if you would have questioned it, things might have been different. This is what happened. I'm going to just word it like this. This is what happens when you don't question shit. When you are a good little sheep or a good little NPC and just go with the flow. Well, not go with the flow. That's the wrong thing. And just go, just obey your master. That's the right wording for it. Yes, it makes sense, but that's just, what's with that? For my sake? That's why you didn't say it? So I lost totally oblivious, and now I'm done for? That's exactly what looking down on me is! It's your dumbass fault for not thinking about it. It's not Toronto's fault that you didn't use your brain. It's your fucking fault. If you would have thought about it, this is what Toronto was saying, is if you thought about it, and you realized, oh shit, this is the rule of 13 shit going on here, and you figured it out, and you were able to do it and use it to your advantage, then you could have used it. But Toronto had to tell you, then it would go against your NPC shit, go against the NPC stuff, that's in your contract thing or whatever, and dude, it's not Toronto's fault that you're a fucking idiot. It's not Toronto's fault that you're a stupid sheep. It's not her fault. It's your fault. And that's what I can't stand about these, I can't stand about these NPCs and sheep, but I gotta say, I like, I love the way you're thinking, man. I love it. Because that's what I deal with these sheep on a regular basis on Twitter and on YouTube and on Twitch, in particular. These idiots are like blaming everybody else but themselves for not doing their due diligence, and it pisses me off so much. Like, if I'm wrong about something, or if I'm wrong about something, I'll admit it. And if I'm I'll admit if I'm wrong about something when the evidence when I see it in the for example, if I'm wrong about a theory and I see for a manga and it gets confirmed during a live reaction, I'll fucking admit it. I'll eat crow. But if someone brings up a claim and I do my research on it, my due diligence on it, and I get proven wrong, I'm like, okay, I'll admit it, and I'll eat crow. But if I know it's wrong, if I know they're wrong and they're being intellectually dishonest, I'm gonna call them out on their shit. I'm not gonna just agree with someone because they said it. Nah, you gotta do your this is an important lesson. You gotta do your due diligence on shit. You gotta think things through. Or as Brian would used to say, pay attention to detail. Gotta pay attention to details on shit. Otherwise, you will be walking around in life like an NPC. Like a sheep, buying and bleeding. And I don't think you guys want to do that. This is why I like covering manga so much. Because unlike these sheep out up in here that are buying and bleeding, Manga makes you think. It does. Why I like covering it so much. That's one of the many reasons why I like covering it so much. Toronto! Oh, shit! Those watching through the camera, Tobami-san, get our health counselor, Blood. Toronto, are you scared? Don't worry, Toronto, it's okay. I know that someday, Toronto, they'll know you were just thinking for their happiness. Dude, that is a... I'm sorry, this is sheeping. This is, dude... There's more than one way to be a sheep. You could be a sheep on both sides of the spectrum. And I see it, you see it here too. You do. I'm sorry, you be sheepin'. If it walks like a sheep, if it looks like a sheep, if it walks like a sheep, if it bows like a sheep, it is a fucking sheep. A servant? I don't need one of those. Don't say that. You do, don't you? Especially you. This is a foundling. She will live and die for you. See? She's a fucking sheep! She's a sheep! See? That's what you're doing. See? I know. I know! I knew it. Ah, that smile is cute! At that moment, I thought, a person like me, a person like this child, being able to take them all and allow them to live, that is a home. That is family. Wow! No, this is gorgeous art. I love what we're getting here at the end of this chapter. How basically everything is coming together. Yes, it looks very, very cultish. It does. But it's basically, you have the universe. It's not just the adults. You have the universe being able to take everything that's given to them. And here's the thing, though. There's being able to take them all and allow them to live. Notice the wording. Allow them. Toronto is playing God here. And, oh gosh. A person like me, a person like this child. I'm telling you, basically what we're getting here is Toronto is the sheeple herder. She is. She is the herder. She is the leader. She is the shepherd. And then these people behind her are her flock of sheep, are her NPCs. I see what you're doing with this and this timing, man. Woo, this timing. But that is a home. That is a family. That's all she ever knew as a home and a family, is being the leader of a bunch of sheep. And I love the scales and everything. Oh, God, this art is great. But I know, it really looks like the Totobami family is very cultish. And you know what? If you're reading Kaguya-sama Love is War, you know what I'm going to be talking about, especially right now. If you're not caught up to it, you're going to be spoiled. But it really feels like this really is very similar. The Totobami family is very similar to the Shinomiya family. It really goddamn is. But the only thing is that the head of the Shinomiya family is a complete ass. He is an asshole. He is a fucking perverted asshole. And he's like the straight up head of the patriarchy. He is. I don't think we're getting that here. But what do you think of this, though? Like, this is like straight up. I feel like this portion portion of the manga here is showing us that NPCs are not just on one side. Nah, there's more than one side to a sheep. A sheep is not just on one side of the spectrum. Nah, there's sheep here too. That is a home, that is a family. Nah, that's not, yeah, you can make that's not family. That's just sheep. That's just sheep. That is sheep. You're leading a bunch of sheep. This is leading a bunch of sheep. And the thing is, though, I want to point out the look on Toronto's face, though. The question is do you think Toronto is happy with this? No, I don't think Toronto is happy living like this. I don't think she is. I don't think she's happy living this way. I think that she's believes that this is family, that this is a cult, or family, that this is home, that this is what home should be, and that this is what family should be? No, I don't. Based on how this is written, because with the quotes and all that, based on the art, based on the facial expression, no, I don't. And look at the look in her eyes too. Just look at that look in her eyes, that lifeless look in her eyes. I think she knows that this isn't how a family is supposed to be. She knows this is not how it's supposed to be at all. And I think we've known this the whole time. Like even up until this point. I think we knew this the whole time. And that's why she wants to overthrow Karari so bad. Because when Karari gets overthrown like this, at least this is what I'm thinking, especially based off of what we've seen in Kaguya, with this week's chapter of Kaguya, I think that there's going to be reform going on in the family. I think this is what Toronto wants to do. Toronto's burden is very big, but man, I'm really curious what you guys think. Do you guys think that, like, Toronto believes that this is really a home and family leading a bunch of sheep? Or, because that's what this really is. She is leading a bunch of sheep. This is not a family. This is not a home. This is a sheep. This is leading sheep. This is very cult-ish and sheep-like. I feel like, I don't think Toronto can do it, though. No, I think the only one that can do it is Yumiko. Yumiko's the only one that can bring the real change to the family. I'm really curious what you guys think. What do you guys think in terms of based off this chapter, or based off these two chapters? What do you think? Do you think that with the especially with what I'm thinking about, with what we've seen from the family itself, it really seems to me that the whole idea of overthrowing Karari now is oh god, I feel like just getting rid of Karari might be the start of change, but I don't know. I feel like the only person that can do that to really bring change to the families is Yumiko. I really do. But at the same time, I feel like Toronto wants the same thing. I could be wrong. I'm really curious what you guys think. Based on these chapters, I feel like Toronto wants a complete overhaul of the family. I really do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Kakiguri content, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!